Welcome to Boys, episode 173. We have
a special episode.
It's so special. I was so excited to birth this to the world. We had a busy week last week.
Here's the thing, man. We had not only a busy week, we had a productive week.
We did.
We're bringing you two killer guests, BTB.
That's back to back.
Back to back.
We had Roger Lima on episode 172. Super fun. Thanks again to Roger, the guys from Less Than Jake, the people from the Tower Theater for giving us a place to record. Appreciate you. Moving right along, on this episode, we have comedian Mark Norman.
Fresh off the heels of a Joe Rogan interview.
Fresh off the heels of a Tonight Show appearance.
Fresh off the heels of his... You said it on the episode. He's just soaring.
He's on his way.
Way up.
He's on his way to the top. And you know what? We got him on the way up. Buddy, we'll see you on the way down.
We'll be in the right same spot.
Yeah, we'll be right here in my bedroom. No, we'll be in the official Boys studio or at the Paramount Room. Thank you to Brad Chad Porter, owner, proprietor, barkeep of the Paramount Room. Let us record there. Opened up the green room for a nice place to record. And I'll tell you what, it just couldn't have went better. Truth be told, I was trying not to fanboy out because, honest to God, Mark Norman is my favorite comedian right now. Yeah. And the fact that he actually said yes to do this, I'm going to break the fourth wall here. It was a big deal to us boys. It's a big deal. I feel like it was the get of gets right now for me, for us.
I would say probably the biggest get we've gotten.
I think so. And it was great. We talked about all kinds of fun stuff. Sorry if the audio quality is a little different. Again, we were on a remote. We have our portable rig with us. It's not as smooth, concise, crisp.
You're not hearing this kind of beautiful bassiness.
But it's a great episode, and we're going to get right to it. But first, some real quick advertisements. BoysPodcast.com. It's a hub of all things boys. There you will find links to our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, as well as that golden donate button. Listen, you like us, you smash us. The button, that is. Smash the button. Send us a few bucks.
Are kids still using the term smash as in having sex?
The new one is finna smash. Finna smash. You finna smash?
Finna smash. That sounds like a SoundCloud rapper name.
Finna smash. A female SoundCloud rapper.
Oh,
yo, this is Finna Smash. Gallagher. Gallagher. Oh, wait, he's a Finna Smash some fruit.
It's female SoundCloud rapper Gallagher.
Yeah.
I finna smash.
No D in there. It's Finna. I'm Finna Smash
some watermelons. Boys is available on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, YouTube, Spotify. Apparently, man, Spotify is where people are listening to a lot of podcasts.
Yep.
It's the new
getting place.
It's the new getting place. I'm on Spotify daily when I'm in my car, driving around, and it always prompts me, hey, what podcast are you listening to? I'm like, bitch, I'm here for music.
Right.
But you can find us there, all lowercase, all one word, Boys Podcast. Leave a review on iTunes. Subscribe to us on the YouTube. We have some things coming in the works, doing a little moving around, moving and shaking.
Oh, I can't wait.
Got some things coming in the YouTube area for you.
Can't wait.
So subscribe. Wait around. We'll be there.
Email us, boys@boyspodcast.com. Send us some feedback. Throw your physical address in the bottom of the email. We'll send you out some free stickers. Listen to this. That's a brand new sticker. It says, I'd rather be listening to Boys Podcast. It's got our website on there in a beautiful red, yellow, and blue theme. Very 70s.
What do you call that font?
I don't know. Curly? It almost looks like the Rolling Stone font.
It does.
Anyways, they're great stickers. We'll cut them up. We'll send them out to you for free. Send us an email, boys@boyspodcast.com.
Thank you to our sponsors, Anthem. Anthem Brewing, anthembrewing.com. They're making delicious beers every day, slaving away for you guys.
Hey, where that Anthem Brewing at?
Well, it's at 908 Southwest 4th Street. That's where the tap room is. They're open pretty much daily from like noon to, I believe, 10. Go in. They have beers on tap. Their standards are all on tap, and then they have a rotating cast of seasonal beers. And guess what? Season's changing. It's official. I can wear this jean jacket
and not sweat.
And not sweat.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for when I can pop a hoodie under this bad boy.
Now you're talking.
Walk into that brewery and get myself a nice Oktoberfest.
Oh.
Or maybe a nice stout. That's later in the year.
Sure.
AnthemBrewing.com. Fat Bison. FatBison.com. Seasons changing. trees are shedding their leaves. And when you take that tree, you cut it down.
Is this a metaphor?
You whittle it down. Yeah, for life. Then you make a nice sign out of it. You repurpose. And that's what he does at fatbison.com. He'll make you a very beautiful sign with your family name on it. With
your crest.
Your crest. Oh, I love
your Colgate.
I love your crest.
Your AIM. Your Sensodyne. Your Listerine pocket packs.
What was the push top one?
Mentadent. I think
it was like a square, and you push the
Mentadent. I think Shanna knows. Shanna, I know you're listening. What is it? Hit us up. Let us know.
Hey, email us Boys Podcast. Your favorite toothpaste from when you were a kid. Champion Vintage on Instagram. Check them out. Champion_vintage_OKC on Instagram. It's a mouthful, and they have a closet full of goods for you and yours. They just had a pop up this weekend. Went very well. Industry Flea. I'm blank on the goddamn date, but it's
just go to the Instagram. Get all the info.
A week from today is when the Industry Flea is. Go check it out. Yeah, go to the Instagram. They have all that info. Champion Vintage. OKC.
Lastly, thank you for the donations, the feedback, the telling of a friend. We really appreciate you. Helps keep the show going. Helps keep the fuel in the tank. And for that, we thank you. This week, I have a little game show for you. So Mark Normand is known for having a very unique voice. I love it. It's fun. It's silly. It's great. Wait for the moment that either you, Josh, or me, Robbie Ray, accidentally slip into kind of talking like him.
Oh, yeah.
It happened to us on the Masked Intruder episode. How do those guys talk?
Oh, I talk like this. I still do it. That's a good fucking movie right there.
That's a good fucking movie.
Yeah. You gotta get the eyes straight. Yeah.
It's like an Italian guy that has just seen his first meatball sub.
Kiss the chef.
That's on the burner right there. That's going to be construed as not socially acceptable in the next 3 years. Mark my words.
We're getting there.
Anyways.
Mark your words. Okay. Hey,
but wait for the moment. I know I heard it. I want to know if you hear it, faithful listener. Without further ado, episode 173.
Well, we got a couple other things.
With Mark Normand.
Talk about the hotline real quick.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
I didn't want to talk about the hotline, but now that you brought it up, lay it on me.
405-582-0242. Leave us a message. I was going to say, speaking of Anthem Brewing, crack open an Anthem beer.
Anthem Brew.
Preferably one that's lighter on the side, because it's going to be a bit of a drinking game. Anytime you hear comedian Mark Normand say the word queef, I want you to take a drink. By the end of the episode, you may be wasted. I don't know.
Last but not least, we have a couple of boys' dad hats left. They're black Adams Cool Crown hats with the Coral Boys logo emblazoned on the front. $20, couple dollars more for shipping. Hit us up on Instagram, @BoysPodcast. Hit us up on Twitter, Tweets of Boys. Hit us up email, boys@boyspodcast.com. Call the hotline, 5820242. Email us. I already said that. We got to get rid of these hats. These are yesterday's hats.
Yeah. For tomorrow's
sweatshirts,
beanies,
beanies. It's the time of the season.
Tell you what, we have last year's boys sweaters. I say let's mark them down. Hey, this is a Mark Normand episode. Let's mark them down. Yeah. We'll do a closeout. Hit us up.
Just let us know if you want some of this shit.
Yeah.
All right, on to the fucking show. Okay, we're here at the Paramount Room, Green Room, backstage, with Mark Normand.
Hey, good to be here.
Thank you so much for doing this, man.
Look at this place. This is like an industrial.
It's kind of like a friend's apartment back here.
Yeah, no, when we walked in here, it's like, oh, this is kind of neat. It's this would cost probably, I don't know, $3,000 a month in New York City, maybe?
Oh, easy. With this high ceiling, the exposed brick, and
it's a beautiful view.
Broken windows.
Ton of light. Yeah, I mean, this might be the bedroom, this fireplace.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't know what that would be. That would be your closet.
Something.
It's like half of a vert ramp.
Yeah, that's kind of fun.
Kind of like big, you know?
There's some skateboarding in here.
I like how they always throw a rug. They'll throw like a nicer rug anywhere, and it's like hip. You know, they always put a rug on stage or something.
Yeah, it ties the room together.
There you go. Lebowski.
So, hey, I wanted to ask you, man. So, Boys is about how you got to where you are. sure you've done a shitload of these podcasts. I see your name everywhere.
Sure.
You're a real up-and-comer. But I want to know, first of all, where'd you grow up?
New Orleans.
Oh, really?
Born and raised, yeah.
Okay. So did you ever move around, or were you always there?
Always there. My parents are as New Orleans as they come. Just a couple of cheap weirdos from Louisiana. My dad grew up in a place called Marksville, which is like a real shithole. Like,
Is that where you got your name?
I don't know. I asked him that, and he said, I don't think so. But I think it's biblical. But yeah, so he grew up poor, weird childhood. My mom grew up in New Orleans. They met at college, and the rest is anal.
And that's how you were born.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
The first virgin anal birth.
New Orleans ass baby, Mark Norman.
Yes. Took a while to swim as a sperm, but I got there.
A lot of traveling.
Yeah.
A lot of ridges.
Yeah, a lot of shit to get through, but I got through that colon and it hit the vulva? No.
I
Uterus?
think it's backwards, right? Well, they're all connected up inside.
Vas deferens? I don't know. I hit
After the actual vagina, I'm not really
cervix.
No use to...
Yeah.
So you said you grew up poor. You grew up poor. Or your parents grew up poor.
Parents.
Okay. Were you raised in any sort of like religious? Was there any religion going on, or not really?
Big atheists. I don't know how much I can go on this.
Go,
I don't
please go.
I don't want to hog this.
No, hog.
My dad had the worst childhood in history. I don't want to get into it because I don't know what he wants out there, although he doesn't know what a podcast is.
Right.
But horrible childhood. He's all fucked up. So I got all his fucked upness. And then my parents are very creative, open-minded, kind of hippie dippy
Free spirit.
Yes, that's
Okay.
the word.
All right.
Free spirit, liberal, cum guzzling Nazis, you know. And so my dad, as a poor kid, always wanted he just wanted nice things. It's kind of like how a rapper will go out and grew up in the ghetto, and then he gets a taste of cash, he buys his big gold whatever.
Yeah.
My dad's like that.
Okay.
But white and no rhythm and small penis. But he bought this mansion in this poor black neighborhood, and so we grew up living there, me and my brother, and it, had barely had running water, it had bugs in it, roaches. We got robbed constantly because people were like, oh, the white guys moved in.
Yeah, they got the good stuff.
And it's a mansion.
Mm-hmm.
So they must be loaded, but we weren't loaded. We were, lower middle class, whatever. And so we got robbed all the time. And I walked in on a few robberies. It was a horrible way to grow up. You're 7. You just hear the alarm going off at midnight. Woo, woo, woo. And you're like, oh, God, there's somebody in the house. And
Again.
Right.
Yeah. Not the first time.
Fun story. We got robbed so much that the police knew us. Like, oh, the Normans are calling again. You got to remember, Louisiana, New Orleans, not a huge city. It's put on the map as this party, French Quarter, Bourbon Street thing, but it's kind of a small town when you really get into it. And so the cops were like, all right, tonight we're going to stake out your kitchen. Just stay in the kitchen and probably catch these guys if they come, or catch somebody. And we'll just get them in the moment instead of you having to call us and the TV's gone and they're already gone,
Cut out the middleman. We'll just stay
there
here.
You go.
Yeah.
So they're in the kitchen, and I'm 7, 9, 8, whatever I am, and I'm upstairs going, whoa, this is so cool. We got cops downstairs, and I'm picturing all these scenarios as a kid. The imagination's going wild of, like, the guys coming in and the cops tackling them and then putting the cuffs on them and pushing their head down and the cruiser and the whole thing. And I wake up at like 7 a.m. I can't wait to go downstairs and see some skulls cracked. And they had eaten everything. The cops had they left at like 5 or 6. They ate everything in the pantry, everything in the fridge, the Pop-Tarts, the cereal, the pancake. They made dinner, the grape juice, the Sunny D, the purple stuff, gone.
It's all gone.
They robbed us again.
I was going to say, they were the thieves.
The cops were the robbers.
Those fat pigs.
I've heard a lot of fucked up things that cops have done, but that might take the cake, and the chocolate, and the bread.
Thank you.
And the shrimp.
Hey, shooting
sister.
kids, strangling people for selling cigarettes, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But taking a kid's fucking Pop-Tarts.
Here, here.
Rodney who?
Yeah, right? I can't breathe because I'm so angry.
I can't
hungry.
eat strawberry frosted Pop-Tarts.
Yes.
Where's my cause?
So, man, I got to say, one thing I
Hands
really
up,
love
don't
about
eat.
you, man.
Sorry.
No,
that was
keep
the last
going,
one.
please.
That was the last one.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't know any more black slogans against police.
Me neither. Moving on.
Oh, body cams. Ah, shit, nothing.
They didn't have body cams in the 80s,
No, it was 90s.
90s.
But no, you're right. Some of them still don't.
All right.
Malfunctions,
Mhm.
right? So, man, one thing I really admire about you, Mark, which I don't want to fanboy out, but I am a fan I love you on
thanks.
Jim and Sam. That's how I found out about you. I've been listening to Jim and Sam since they started.
Wow.
Yeah, and I even made it through the fucking Opie radio. And before that, it was O&A.
Of course.
Ron and Fez, like all those guys.
Sure.
Been listening to them for years and years. And then I heard you on there the first time, and I was like, who is this guy? I've never heard of him. And then you're on there a lot.
Yeah.
Quite a bit, quite often.
Regular.
Yeah, and which is amazing. In fact, I've left a lot of comments like, make this guy a fucking third mic already.
Thank you.
Yes,
I appreciate
I think
that.
you should be.
Well, it's a tough show. Like I just did.
There you go.
Can't do that on Jim and Sam.
You can do it.
Jim does worse.
Jim, he'll fart all day on me. But Jim and Sam is a tough radio show.
Why is that?
Because Sam is good. He's like a radio guy, but Jim's a comic. He's like a great comic.
Yeah.
And I know them now. So when I go on, they go, hey, what's up? By the way, Trump's doing this again. And you just gotta dive in. There's no like I've been on there with Bill Burr, and they go, Bill, how are you? What are you up to? Because he doesn't live there. He's a star, and it's fun. Bill's in the studio with me. It's like, it's flattering because I'm a friend and a guest who's on a lot, so it's hard to dig your way in and find. You don't want to overpower, but then you don't want to sip too much back.
Right.
So it's that weird middle ground. So that show is tough. And then like I just did Rogan.
I know, dude. I was so proud of you.
But all those years of Jim and Sam, how hard it was, made Rogan and made Fighter and the Kid and all Dr. Drew, all these other ones I did so much easier because they're going, how are you? Jim doesn't say, how are you?
No.
Jim Norton doesn't give a fuck how I am unless I'm, bleeding out of the asshole, and he goes, me too. But that's it.
Hashtag.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I saw you on Rogan last week, man, and I was so proud because I feel like I've listened to so much of your stand-up, heard you on Jim and Sam so much that I feel like I kind of knew you, which is a good quality to have, man.
Well, sorry you had to hear that childhood home shit again.
No, I feel like I know you even more, man.
You just heard it on Rogan, so I feel bad.
That's all right.
I worry about people rehearing.
I thought Rogan was really interesting, though, because Rogan is kind of a chameleon. Like, he'll adapt to the guest.
Yes.
You know, if like, what's his name? Neil deGrasse is on there.
I love Neil deGrasse.
Yeah, great guy. Love everything he's ever done.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, it's what do you call it? Accusations.
Allegedly.
Alleged. Thank you.
Allegedly.
But you on Rogan was just such a different speed from you on Jim and Sam. Because Jim and Sam, even though it's satellite radio, it still has a little bit of that like old school, like, I don't want to say drive time radio because they're not like Aruga.
Right.
But
It's a little more fast paced.
It's more formatted to that sort of thing. Rogan just kind of like sat back and let you do your thing. And
it was so much more fun. I mean, shit, I shouldn't say that.
Nah.
Not that Jim's not fun.
Sure.
Of course, we have a blast, and I'm laughing my ass off. But Rogan, again, you could just go and explore something.
Yeah.
I used to listen to O&A, and Patrice was on, and he would just dissect a movie. He would dissect some kind of political, like the minutia of life or women or whatever it was, and it would go play, and Jim would snipe. Now they go, all right, I guess we bled that dry. You're like, wait, I got 12 more hours on couches. I could talk couches all day, but I think they want to keep it moving. It's more radio-ish, whereas before it felt more podcasty.
Well, that's interesting. How long have you been doing comedy?
12-ish.
Okay, that's what, 12 or 13 years? Yeah. It seems like, with the advent of podcasting, where you used to maybe go do morning radio in a local city, podcasting is so different. I mean, we're sitting here in this green room with you with, couple $1,000s worth of gear.
Oh, is that right?
Toot my own horn here, but this
nice stuff.
is the mics Joe Rogan uses, so bought them just for you.
Hey.
But it is such a different speed because it's like you don't owe us shit. That's why we were so stoked to have you on. We're like, I was telling everybody at work today, I was like, Mark Norman's going to be on Boys tonight. He was just on Rogan, 1.5 million views.
That's right.
Pretty dope.
I've been on Boys many times. Right.
Won't be the last time.
No, not maybe tonight.
Speaking of, hey,
let's head down to the priest. The church.
Speaking of that, we saw that in the news today.
Yeah, local news in Oklahoma. The Archdiocese of Oklahoma, they uncovered, I think it was either 72 or 720. I'm going to say 72 cases of
72.
Yeah,
it's a lot of buttholes.
That's a lot.
Wow.
Just in Oklahoma.
That's 144 balls.
Or maybe 143.
Do you think they care about the balls though?
Huh?
I think they're just all about that tush.
Well, the balls are small on a kid. Mine didn't get good till a week ago.
Nice and smooth though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, it's like a new car, like fresh off the lot. It's got that new ball smell.
That new ball smell. Yeah.
Yeah.
So going back to Rogan real quick.
From the rear view. Sorry.
One thing I really loved, Mark, was the comments, man, because a lot,
I read every one of them.
I'm sure you did, as did I, and I had a couple I wanted to just kind of read off here and kind of get your initial reaction.
Oh boy, this should be interesting.
Okay. Number one, and these are in no particular order. I like how Mark Norman looks like he just came from his second job.
Oh, I didn't see that one. Maybe I didn't read them all. I like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
I thought it was good.
I'll tell you, there's a lot
You
of
looking
funny
for an opener?
people out there. What's that?
You looking for an opener? Look this guy up.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of funny people. I'll tweet or I'll Insta and I'll tweet a joke and somebody will joke back. I'm like, that's way better than mine. This guy is good. And he's just some fucking bricklayer or, guy who works at Wonder Bread.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive how that's why comedy is so hard, because there's some real, obviously the shit hacks get famous, but like if you're a good comic and these funny people respect you, that's a really good sign, because there's some funny creative. Look at these memes that just pop up.
I know.
Dude,
Brilliant.
Yeah, dude, meme comedy has like maybe changed the landscape of comedy in general.
I would say
or even
so.
like commenters, like, they always say don't read the fucking comments, but dude, sometimes you get gems. Like that's fucking funny.
That's funny, and I get good critiques. Like some are like, "Hey, you're ugly, you douche," and I go, "All right, whatever." Oh, your earlobes are weird. It's a lot of earlobes, Adam's apple, and voice for me.
That goes on to my second one. This dude is hilarious. That being said, he sounds like Ben Shapiro doing a Norm Macdonald impression.
Ooh, that's also good.
Zinger.
As long as a zinger is solid, I'll take it.
Now, two more. First comic I've heard on here that I actually like.
Wow,
Well, that's saying something. I mean,
that is, but that guy's an idiot, because we've had Bill Burr and all these other funny guys on there,
and Bernie Sanders.
Sure,
hilarious. Lastly, and I wanted to end it on a positive note with these comments. Quick, naturally talented, good egg, funny guy.
I actually wrote that one.
That was
Sadly, but no, well, that's
Ghost
very
wrote
nice. That's very for a guy to write something nice, or a girl, for a guy or girl to write
Probably
something
a guy.
nice is takes a lot of something, a lot of juice, because it's easy to go, this fucking cum guzzler, whatever, you fucking queef.
Yeah.
That's easy, and people feel safer. But to write something nice is less safe, because it shows a little vulnerability.
Yeah, and you're going to probably get called a fag.
All the time.
More than not you, the commenter. You
Yeah,
gay
there'll be
for
like-
the
there'll
guy
be a
or something.
comment
You know,
or
and I'm using,
spark,
I'm using
yeah.
internet terminology here. I
Right.
never
Stop
use that
sucking
kind
his
of word.
dick. Oh, yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, man, you're always on the grind. Like I noticed, like since we started talking about you being on the show, I followed you before that. But man, like your Instagram is always popping.
Oh, thanks.
You're great at promotion, cross promoting.
Trying. I can't sell tickets. Like, we'll see tonight, I'm sure. Well, Bert Kreischer's in town, that fucking racist.
He's here tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, he's fat.
That's true.
Is that hack to call him fat? I know
No.
that's like the whole joke,
I think it's
right?
a fact.
I did not know Kreischer wasn't. Is he doing Tower tonight?
I don't know.
You didn't know?
Didn't know.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, we're
a
here
good
for
sign.
you. And
Ah.
Robbie and Josh from Boys Podcast are on top of things here in Oklahoma City.
All right.
Let me tell you.
All right.
Yeah. We just had
Maybe they're all coming here. Oh, how sad would that be if Bert just comes out to like there's 5 people?
a tumbleweed going by.
Oh, I would
Hey,
love
guys,
it.
I'm gonna
I
take
would
my shirt
love
off.
it.
He wouldn't remember it anyways.
No, he wouldn't.
He's sober October.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, sure, so October.
For the last 3 days.
So my show's the one to come to, because I'll be boozing and I'll be shaking babies after, and he's going to be crying into a Jane Austen novel tonight.
I wonder
There
what
you
he.
go.
Yeah, I wonder what he does when he isn't.
Eat.
Yeah, gotta go for that one vice you can do.
Yeah.
Right.
It's gonna be eating.
So
Maybe
man-
a little. I guess, can you smoke a little ganja?
I think
No,
they
no,
take a
they're
break
sober
from
October.
everything.
They don't do weed. It's you can smoke cigars if you want to. I mean, my thing is fucking. Like you shouldn't be able to fuck during sober October because you release those endorphins.
Natural drugs.
Well, that's good for Ari.
There you go.
He'll win that one.
That's very true.
So man, you I see a lot of photos on your Instagram of your moped.
Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of inspired me, man.
All right.
I own a scooter.
Yeah?
A little like genuine buddy. Little. They're
Now,
just cheap little Chinese
stand
made. Yeah, stand up, but just
Okay.
twist and go, no gears or anything. And I've been thinking about selling it.
Oh.
And then I heard you talking about it, getting on there, and you kind of inspired me to keep it, man.
Keep it.
You
Come
think so?
on. Yeah. It's
I don't
like an
need to
abortion.
sell it, but I don't really ride it enough.
Scooters are
Oklahoma's
so
so
inexpensive,
spread
and
out.
Yeah.
it's a mode of transportation where you can get pretty much fucking anywhere you want to go
Yeah.
within reason.
Right.
Yeah. In the words of Planned Parenthood. Wait, no. In the words of the kid fucking church, keep it. All right. Sorry, I really set that up.
Keep
But-
Swing
it.
and a miss.
I like
You
it.
think I should keep it?
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's not a you're not sitting on a 1948 Rolls. It's a
Yeah.
scooter. Throw it in
It's a
the
scooter.
closet.
Yeah,
you know?
right. What'd you drop? 1,500 on it? Like put it in the garage.
$3,000.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
All right, well, you
Limited
gotta
edition,
wait.
bro. Blacked out, beautiful.
I want to see a photo later.
It's brand
I'll
new,
show you.
rolled right off the lot.
It did, yeah.
I paid less for
Had
my
that new ball smell.
Yeah.
Now it has old ball smell.
Wait.
hot
Is it
here.
vintage or something?
No, It's 2017.
Wow,
I'll show you a photo.
'Cause I
Yeah,
don't know my
scooters-
scooter game.
It's pretty sexy.
All right.
It's funny though because my girl's dad drives a Harley,
Mm,
and he like thinks it's like hoo, you know,
Sure,
and he like gives me
Little
shit about it
thing.
all the time.
I get it.
Lovingly.
I get it. Yeah, but
Yeah.
at least some guys won't even touch a scooter, so you're doing all right.
Where did you get yours? Did you just find it
Craigslist.
locally? Really?
Craig, there's a
what
whole-
is it?
It's a moped. It's literally a moped, but it's not as wispy as a Vespa. You know, it's
Okay.
got like some sack. To
Is it like
it.
okay? Is it like a Yamaha? Like
I'll show you a photo.
It's dope. It's like
a-
brown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It looks. Somebody pointed out it looks like Iron Man. I'm like, oh yeah, it does look like Iron Man. But it's 1986
you
Gorelli.
go.
Like it's almost.
Gorelli.
It's like if a dirt bike went trans. I guess.
Okay.
You know, it's like if a dirt bike was wearing a skirt.
Yeah.
Kind of. It's not full dirt bike kicking up mud, but it's not a Vespa by any means.
It's
So
the Caitlyn Jenner of motorcycles.
There you go. Yes.
That
But
old ball smell.
But it's still got the Bruce Jenner, drive.
Oh yeah. The Wheaties box determination, but the Caitlyn Jenner like, yeah, I'm just a old fashioned gal.
You should get
Yeah.
up on stage and do some impressions tonight.
Yeah.
You do
Does
some
she
good
have a
ones.
sack?
I think she cut it.
It's
Oh, is
gone.
that cut?
Yeah.
So why isn't that should be common knowledge?
That should be front page news.
We shouldn't have to be
page?
questioning it.
Exactly.
Okay, we talk about a lot on this show. So we talk about like growing up before, and we talk about childhood stories and shit. So we have this thing called school bus folklore. I think today school bus folklore would be, so does she have a dick or not?
Ah,
Think about that. That's going to be the new thing. Like, so are they going to dick?
That's a good point. I
Right?
like that.
That's
kinda
scary. That's scary though. We were talking about like Nintendo games. Now they're talking
Yeah.
about getting your dick cut.
Oh, my
What?
cousin in Japan knows that some. Yeah, that
Let's
shit.
not act like we were fucking church nuns here. We were also talking about Richard Gere getting a gerbil up his ass.
That's true. Everyone heard that
of course
before the internet.
That was
everyone knew
pre-internet,
that.
and we still knew about it. So there was some rumblings of some dirty talk. We
Yeah,
weren't-
Rod
That's
Stewart
true.
pumping cum out of his stomach.
Yes, that
Yeah.
was another one.
It was Rod Stewart, and it was also Alanis Morissette pumping Metallica's cum out of her stomach. Did you ever hear that one?
Didn't hear that?
No.
One?
We
That,
talk-
that, that one didn't hit the.
No, we heard she was fucking Joey Gladstone.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's what that song's about. That. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's
but
how
never,
you.
never heard the Metallica jizz.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wow.
What's funny though is we call it school bus folklore, and we talk about that all the time with guests. Like, what did you hear growing up? Because a lot of this is like regional.
Yes.
And what was funny is the whole Richard Gere gerbil up the ass translated to an Oklahoma version. There's a huge furniture mega store here called Mathis Brothers. And there was these two brothers that owned it. They were in all the commercials. They were real stiff and robotic and weird. And it went around that one of the brothers was into gerbils up his ass. And I remember hearing that
Yeah,
hundreds of times growing
and
up.
it got so big that brother stopped being in the commercials.
Yeah, he
like you can't be in the commercials
Whoa.
anymore.
he canceled himself.
Whoa. That's you should be allowed to cancel yourself.
I agree.
Yeah.
You know, it's like saying the N-word. If you're black, you can do it. Same with canceling. If you're canceling you, it should be all right.
Yeah.
Could have like a press conference, like officially do it.
Yeah.
Put it on paper.
Yeah. I'm offended by the things that I did.
But you think
Right.
he did it?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
What?
The gerbil.
Do I get it?
Gerbils.
Do you think the Mathis brothers?
Because we have no proof.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
well,
I
there
don't
you
know.
go.
Here's the thing. I was like 10, 11 when I heard that story. So all I knew, my question was really, how do you get the gerbil up there?
The
Oh, that's same.
the clear
same.
tube. They put the gerbil in,
And
and
you light
they
a
light
fire?
a fire on
Yeah.
the end, and the gerbil runs away from the fire
But
right
why
up your
would you want
colon.
it up? There's simpler ways of getting things up your ass.
Is there?
But
That's pretty
doesn't-
simple. That's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, but I mean, like, do you have to do this whole Rube Goldberg contraption of just stick a finger up there, put something else in your ass?
Oh, does that
why
be a
does it have to be a
gerbil?
Right.
living thing?
Gerbils
But maybe it
push
goes back
back.
to the whole child fucker
That's
thing. Like,
why.
it's got to be that. It's got to be a gerbil.
You
maybe,
know what? You know that little pucker they do with their mouth? You want that inside your
yeah,
sphincter.
like when they're sucking
The
on the
whiskers?
water thing. Yeah, it's like,
Yes. Imagine
yeah.
that right on your milking pipe or whatever you call that.
Maybe that's what it does.
Maybe nothing scratches the itch like the claws of a gerbil.
Yeah, and they're cute little mini claws. You know, it's
That's
just
true.
perfect for a little scratch.
Yeah, it's not gonna hurt you. It's just gonna feel good. Yeah,
to
yeah.
milk the prostate.
yeah.
So speaking of cancel, I have to ask you, man. So I love your style of comedy. You say what you want. I dig that. Are you afraid? Are you ever afraid of getting canceled? Like, I feel like, Mark, you're on your way up, man. I feel like you've crossed some milestones, Rogan being one of them, working like you do, traveling, Tonight Show, all that stuff. Are you ever afraid that right before you hit your peak or right when you can see the peak, that's not that something you did is going to come out, but something you said. Crystalia has this bit where he's like, fuck it, man, I've already said something that's going to ruin me one day, so I'm not even going to worry about it. So I'm just curious what you think about this whole cancel culture and yourself in this.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think about it quite a bit. I got a couple ideas. One, I'm trying to gain real fans throughout all this queefing and twatting that I do. So I'm trying to gain real fans, and I work really hard on my comedy. So you can't deny the comedy. My friend Joe List had a great point. When Seinfeld said, this guy's the next, did you see that? He said, Mark's gonna be the next comic, whatever. It's on video. He's like, they can't take that away from you. No matter what happens, you can't take, so it's like the act, the albums, specials, whatever you have, like SNL, they could take it away.
Right.
The jokes and the writing and the fucking blood, sweat, and queefs I put into these jokes, I work so hard on them, and I don't think you won't be able to take that away. So you can call me a piece of shit, you can call me a racist, a sexist, whatever, but I also, not only do I have a body of work that I can stand behind,
right?
But you could say that about Louis, so there's that.
Right.
But I also feel like my jokes and my stuff, my twats and cum-guzzling Nazis are so silly that I think it's passable. Like, although I am saying racial slurs in the mix and whatever, but like, I don't know, it's so silly. And then I had a point where I say, well, I give a lot to charity, I do a lot of this, and I try to book, I run shows in New York where I book women and minorities, and then my friend was like, what are you kidding? They don't care about that. Louis gave millions of dollars to LGBTQ, nobody cares about that. I was like, shit, you're right. So, if that's the case, it's all in the wash anyway. So I'm just it's like getting struck by lightning. I'm not going to just walk around going, this could be it.
Yeah.
I'll just wait, and if it happens, it happens, and I'll deal with it, and if it doesn't, I'll deal with it. But I think the keeping fans is a key. Like Louis, I keep bringing up Louis, he can go out, and he still sells out.
Yeah.
And I think that says a lot.
Yeah.
But it's scary. I don't think these cancelers, we'll call them, realize, like this woman, Lily Singh, you see her? She's an Indian woman who she's a YouTube sensation.
I've seen her shit around. It's been popping up. I've not clicked on it.
Yeah, I haven't either. It's not my cup of jizz. I don't really like that character-y stuff. But she's talented and cool seeming and funny, and she's got her own late night show. So all we've been humming and hawing about is we got to have a woman late night. We got to have a brown late night. It's a bunch of white guys in a suit, and you're like, yeah, it is. Finally, she gets this. Big deal, big milestone. And then something came out today where it's like, I think she's racist because she does stereotypical black or whatever it was. And you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Which one is it? Do you want to have it? Do you want to not have it? Also, this woman, I think she was mixed. I looked her up. I hate her. But it's like, do you care about what you're like? I think you're so brainwashed that you don't even realize how evil you are. You're taking something away from this special thing this woman is doing, and you don't care because you want the clicks and you want to take somebody down because taking her down gives you some kind of comeuppance. You know, it puts you on the map, and it's all gross. And I feel like we need to take these people in a room, get them naked, and hit them with a coat hanger a few times, and just go, do you get what you're doing?
Dude, I agree. So there's that. I saw a thing. So you know that Thunberg, the Greta girl?
Yeah, the Greta girl.
I just saw something recently where now the left is mad at her because she's white.
Yeah.
They should have put a young
she's Swedish
child.
or whatever.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It doesn't
she's
get
foreign.
any more white than
So
that.
I'm like, dude, I totally get the whole, yes.
Wow.
There should be equal opportunity for everybody. Everyone should have a fucking show. Everyone who is worthy of having a show should have a fucking show. It shouldn't matter your skin color, your race, creed, color, whatever. But like that's not how.
She can't help being white. See, if I were her, I would come here. She came here on a boat, by the way, so she kind of means it.
Yeah, she sailed here.
She sailed. Is
on
that
a
right?
sailboat.
She
a
sailed?
fucking sailboat.
Yeah.
Wow. I think she was like 4 when she left.
Had to have been
But
serious.
she gets here and she must be like, "Hey, I got some ideas to save the planet, and I have an accent, and I feel like I sound like I'm from Lord of the Rings or something." And then she shows up, and we're like, "Oh, you're white." She's probably like, "What? What are you doing?" My friend of mine is dating this chick from like Moscow, and she's an art promoter. She produces all these exhibits, and she came to New York City, the cultural capital of the planet,
Melting pot,
and she's like, I want to go see some art. And she goes into all these museums, all these exhibits all over New York. And she's like, she's talking to my friend who they're dating. They're having dinner, and she's like, I got to tell you, every art piece was just like, I'm a struggling woman. I'm a struggling black guy. I'm a gay guy, and I'm hurting. I'm trans, and no one gets. And she's like, what about just art? Like, I get that's your thing, but how about some art? You know, like, what about painting and a fucking Mona Lisa or a sculpture of David? Like, why does everything have to be a message? And he's like, oh, welcome to America. And she's like, oh, I don't get it. Like, it's dumb. Just have art.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I've tried to bring my exhibit in, which is about some graffiti guys in Russia. And she was like, no one will have it because it's a bunch of white dudes.
Well, she's also Russian, and we hate Russia right now.
Well, yeah, but she's a woman, so that
there's a path.
overpowers
There's a path.
Russian, but I hear you.
Yeah.
But she was like, they won't have it because she's like, but I live in Russia. It's mostly white. Like, these are just Russian people. And they're like, yeah, but we can't have an exhibit with like 12 white guys with spray paint cans. No one wants to see that. And she's like, no, these guys are geniuses of graffiti and all. And they're like, yeah, but, and you're like, so wait. The art is now third in line to your weird quota of like numbering. It's like first is.
It's like, what social justice points are we hitting?
Sorry,
you have to hit all of those
myself.
points, and once you get to a certain number of points, then you're allowed to do the thing you want to do.
But that's not art. Art should be just booming out of you. Your heart explodes and it jizzes on a page, and boom, there it is. But now it's like, we got to have 17 things before we get to actual art. And it's happened, obviously, with comedy, where every special, the first 12 minutes is Trump sucks. And yeah, he is a horrible person. But like, if 8 comics are doing it, stop doing it. It's not original or fun. We got every take. You think your take is interesting? Second thing is, all right, is it a diverse thing? Is it a guy in a wheelchair? Is it an Asian guy? Whatever. And then it's funny. And you're like, I get it. I see what you're doing, and I get the message, and diversity is important. But funny should be first. I don't care what the hell you say.
And art should be first. And music should be first.
Yeah.
Of course.
And
skill.
Yes, exactly.
Talent.
Over social, what's it called? Virtue signaling or whatever. Whatever buzzword's cool this week. And that's my thing, man, is, look, we have thoughts about this, and we talk about it on the show sometimes, but I feel like the people calling out Greta for being white are racist. Like, that is racist to me.
It's allowed racism.
Yeah.
It's
Name of the episode right there.
It's excused. Kind of like in the 80s, you're like, hey, racism was still bad in the 80s, but you could still go, hello, how are you?
Right.
Oh, welcome.
That's
fine.
racist.
That's racist.
That's super racist.
But you could do it. It was somehow accepted. It's the same with like how...
Yeah, Mickey Rooney and fucking Breakfast at Tiffany's was totally fine.
Yeah,
then.
But I think in like 12 years, we're going to go, man, remember back in the day when you could just shit on honkies and it was totally fine? I think that's going to come because it's still a person, still a race. Like, all you do is harp about, don't judge someone by the color of their skin. Don't judge them by their sexual orientation. Don't judge them by their gender. And then every day I hear on the internet, hey, you straight white male. I'm like, well, now you're doing it. Don't you see this kookiness?
Exactly.
Ah, the irony.
Yeah.
My God, the irony.
It's terrible, man.
And let me just say this, you two, honky, cracker,
cis
blue-eyed
white man.
I am a
devils,
honky,
cis.
brown-eyed, how dare you assume my eye color?
Oh, sorry. I don't see eye color.
He's
But-
looking at your ass.
Your eyes are of color. But
They are of color.
every goddamn pitch, every LA meeting, every general, everything I go to, it's a bunch of white guys in suits, and they bring some lady in from the snack bar. There's sometimes one woman there, but the lack of diversity in the industry is appalling. And then they want to tell us how to have it. Hey,
Right.
this show's got to have 12 brown people on it. Well, there's not even one brown person in this conference room right now. So stop telling us about diversity when you don't even do it.
It's all a ruse.
It's all a ruse. It's all, Jim Gaffigan had a great point. It's not interpretation, it's perception. We got to let you perceive that we're with it. That's what showbiz. It's like politics.
Mm-hmm.
These people don't give a fuck about white supremacy, but they're going, hey, this will sound good. I'll sound compassionate. So that's what it is. They're all Hollywood's like 89% white guy with a couple ladies sprinkled in and one gay and maybe one Indian dude that they met in college that they got the job for. I don't know. But they don't hire any black people either. And then they yell at us. Ah!
Got a lot to say, man. So, hey, I know you got a show to do, so we won't be much
What time
longer.
is it?
It is 7:17.
We got plenty of time.
Okay. Well, I wanted to ask. So, on your ascension to the top, man, what are some like? What's like a moment that sticks out in your mind? You know, we're talking about Rogan, we're talking about Tonight Show, but
Yeah.
have you had any defining moments that you'd put in your book that's eventually going to come out?
Sure. I mean, I got 1,000 of them. I got 100 of them. But let me think of the top 3.
Yes. Or
how
how about
100
3 of the
to
top
3?
5?
Yeah.
3 of the top 5.
3 of the top 5. Okay. Good movie, by the way. Top 5.
Oh yeah,
Actually, it wasn't that great. What am I talking about? It was fine.
It was a movie.
It wasn't the
it was
top
it was a
5.
Chris Rock movie.
There you go.
That's
There you
all I'll
go.
say about it. It was a Chris Rock
Ooh,
movie.
that's a zing.
So was
that's
Pootie
a
Tang.
zing, and you don't even know it.
Pootie Tang was great. I would say it's more of a Louis C.K. movie.
That's a
but
Louis
just-
C.K.
That's true,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah, he wrote it. So 1 was my first Conan. I feel like that just was one of these magical, like, you always hear about you're floating and you're outside of your body looking in. That was it for me. Just doing Conan. First late night ever. I grew up watching late night. I love comedy. I watched a zillion on YouTube. I love that 5-minute piece of tightrope walking. Like, you flub and that's it. You flub. It's on TV. You forget something. You have a brain fart. It's on there. You got to come out. You got to win over this studio audience of soccer moms and divorced husbands.
If you just got like free tickets to the show,
Exactly.
yeah. Like,
And they're
not your audience, so it's,
What's that?
they're not your typical
They're
audience.
not your typical, and you
Yeah.
still got to get them, and you got to end strong. You got to open, and there's no stand up. There's no warm up before you really. Like, there's a guy doing the warm up, but that's for the show. There's no comic going out there going da 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 da. Here's Mark Norman. It's just Conan going, hey, here's Mark, and the curtain opens. So it's incredibly hard. It takes a lot of skill. It's its own animal in the stand-up world, and I always equate it to being a fist fight. What do you call boxer? A boxer who's a good boxer, but can you put the boxer in this situation and have him still win the fight? And that's how I feel as a comic who's doing late night. So that was really special, and it just clicked. Everything worked. I ran the hell out of it. I remember where I was when I got the phone call that I got it. Then it took 6 months for me to actually get the date. But I ran the shit out of it. I took it so seriously. I remember what I wore and just the hotel, the whole thing. And it just worked. And you know how most things that you build up don't ever add up to the build up?
Right.
This did. And it was beyond the build up, which is so rare. And I'm incredibly grateful. And I've been back every year since.
Really?
That's how good the first one went. Go to YouTube, check it out. I'm wearing a blue shirt, a blue track jacket. I look like I'm 8 years old. It just worked. I don't know.
That's incredible, man.
It was
How
incredible.
many times have you been back to Conan?
7.
7 times.
Yeah, and I'll
Damn.
do another one next year, hopefully, if the show's still on the air. It's
Hey.
kind of a dwindling. Is it dwindling?
Dwindling.
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 Thank you. It's dwindling away. Now it's 30 minutes, and
Right.
the ratings have dropped.
Just make the jump to like YouTube or something.
Well,
He does a podcast. Yeah, he should do
Yeah.
his own
Yeah.
show.
That's
His
the
podcast
future.
is great.
Yeah, his podcast is good.
Is it?
Yeah,
it's really
it's pretty decent.
it's a good guess.
Conan Needs a Friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's Conan O'Brien.
Yeah.
He's not, messaging strangers through Instagram like, "Hey, would you please come do our show?"
Yeah, but I'll do anything.
You're awesome, man. I
I don't
really
know if Bert would
appreciate
have
it.
said yes to this.
No, probably not.
So you hit the
Probably
right
not.
guy.
If he was sober, maybe.
Nah, I don't think so.
Cranky?
Nah, he's just slammed, and he's
Yeah.
like a big time management guy.
He's the machine. He's a big star. He's big.
Yeah, he's big. He's
Big
a
Bird.
billionaire.
He's big.
Yeah. What's another one, Mark?
All right. Well, Rogan worked.
Yeah.
I did a Tonight Show the night before, and I ran the shit out of it, and that didn't click. It didn't have the magic. I did the Tonight Show a year before, and it was magic. I've had like 4 magic late nights out of 12. And when they don't work, it's fucking it's
Brutal.
depressing. I mean, you go through a funk for like 2-3 weeks because it's so much work and build up for 5 minutes, and then it's all over like that. You bought a suit, you got
Yeah.
out there, your friends are in the green room. You got a swag bag, and the Sylvester Stallone is there. You're at 30 Rock, or you're at Warner Brothers.
Yeah, like the production of it all. Is
Yes.
like it's like go, and you go like, oh hey, I got funny for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and you know how after you get into a fist fight, I don't know if you've been in one lately. Probably not, because we're all decent human beings.
Yeah.
I don't
But
fight
you
people.
sit there after and you go, why did I throw that punch? And you can't predict
Sure.
it. You go, I'm going to go in there and sock him, and then he's going to hit me, and I'll duck, and then I'll uppercut him.
I'm going to break a beer bottle and like smash him
Exactly.
over the
Yeah,
head.
you have that whole like thing in your head, like I'm gonna roundhouse kick him, and
Yes.
it's gonna look badass. But no,
Right.
it's you getting knocked in the face and you fall down.
Yeah, and you can't predict it, and that's how these late nights are. You're like, I didn't think they were going to clap there. And, that didn't get a laugh at all, and I thought that would murder. So it's all topsy-turvy. But I did the Conan, and it didn't click. I mean, the Fallon. And then I got on a plane that night. I'm in a suit. I'm like wiped emotionally and exhausted. Just so tired. I'm on this plane like, God damn, that sucked. I could have done better, and you can't redo it. It's gone. You got to face it, and you got to grow up and shut up and blah. And then you land in L.A., so I'm like, I need a drink. Because now it's midnight in L.A., so it's still kind of early. So I'm like, I call some L.A. guys I know. We go out, we go drinking. I go to bed. But before I went to bed, I pulled the puke bag out of the back of the seat on the plane. And, it's just this big white bag. Yeah. And I just started writing down bullet points of everything I've ever done interesting in my life. Meeting Seinfeld. That time I went to jail. That time I fucked a hooker. That time I did it. And I wrote it all down. And it was just a list of scribbly scratch of a Norman 35-year collection of greatest hits.
Right.
All different topics, all different whatever years. And I just studied it. And then the next day, my alarm goes up. Oh, shit, I'm missing Rogan. I just jump in a car. I go over there. He lives far away. And I get there, and every red light, I'm studying the puke bag. And
studying the puke bag.
Yeah, which is ironic because I'm hungover, just staring at a puke bag. Somebody probably saw me on the highway like, this guy's about to yak. I don't know why he's got a bag in his car. He must be a real alcoholic. And I just show up to Rogan. He says hello, and I have a horrible brain where it's just evil. My brain is the biggest bully in my life where it's going, you suck, you're going to blow it. Everything I do, it goes, you're going to blow it. It wants me to fail because that's, I guess, normal for me. I don't know. So I'm just turning that off the whole time, and he goes, you want some of this crazy Rogan coffee? I go, sure. I guzzle it down. Hangover's gone. That's how good this coffee was. And I'm juiced up, and I'm thinking about the bag, and I go in, and every down moment, I hit the bag. I go, hey, how about this whore I fucked? How about this guy, Seinfeld? And it all worked, and I got everyone in.
That's incredible, man.
Every bullet point.
Well, I will say this, man. I didn't know what to expect with you on Rogan, and I'm not trying to jock Rogan the whole time, but I'm a fan of his.
Same. I listen all the time.
I used to listen to every episode, and then there's so many fucking podcasts and so much to listen to, and I'm a Jim and Sam listener, so I listen to that pretty much every day. And now it's like I listen to Rogan if the guest intrigues me.
That's how I am.
But you know what? It sucks because sometimes I miss listening to it all the time because sometimes the guest would really surprise me.
That's true.
Right.
But when I heard you on there, I was like, man, I didn't know what to expect. So I was so used to hearing you on Jim and Sam. Like you said earlier, it's so different temperature, different speed.
Yeah.
But you did a good job, man.
Dang.
It was good.
Give me some notes. Any critiques? Because I'll probably go back in a year. And
cool.
I don't know. I called Ari on the way there, Ari Shafir, and I said, I'm in a suit. I'm hungover. Is he going to hate me? Is he going to be like, what are you doing in a suit? And also, you got hungover? Like, you don't care about my show? Like, I was panicking a little. And Ari's like, you're already overthinking.
Right.
You got to relax. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's Rogan. He's like, this is why Rogan is fun and good. It's because it's just completely no performance.
Right.
Just go in and be you completely and fuck around and say horrible things. And I was like, all right. And that helped me.
Did you smoke the weed?
No, I can't.
Are you not a weed guy?
I can't fuck with weed. I'm already a mess mentally, and when I smoke weed, it opens it all up. I got like a manhole all the time. I'm like a lid on a pot that's like shaking and so hot, and I gotta keep that lid down.
Right.
And if I smoke weed, the pot goes off and the bubbles go everywhere, and it's gross.
So you just did DMT?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
sweet.
I did heroin and Viagra.
Ooh. Together.
Yeah.
It's a good cocktail.
I put them both. Injected them into my shaft.
Well, no, what you do is you feed them to a gerbil, and that gerbil
runs up your ass, dies, decomposes.
Yeah, decomposes. You let it rot in your ass.
Years, but it happens.
Worth
it's
it,
a really
man.
good high. It's a really good high.
No, I don't know, man. There wasn't really any critique. I was like,
come on, I can take it. Adam's
give him
up.
more. I was gonna say give him more shit because some of my favorite moments where you were like, blah blah blah, fatty. And it just whoosh went over his head.
He giggled.
I think, okay, I was wondering because I thought I didn't watch it. I just listened to it at work. And I wondered, I thought I heard a giggle once and I was like, maybe he caught on or maybe he's just not, just not paying it any attention.
He's in his own world. It's tough.
I couldn't even imagine what that compound is like though.
Unreal.
Man.
Unreal.
Couldn't even imagine.
I don't know what I'm allowed to say because it's so secretive.
Right.
But you pull up and it's just mirrored office buildings where you're like, oh, this is a closed building. And I'm like staring in the glass. And I'm like, this can't be it, but the address is right. What the fuck? In LA, there's all kinds of wacky streets. And this guy comes out with a beard and bald head. He's like, can I help you? And I was like, oh, shit. And he's like, I was like, podcast? He goes, oh, yeah, come on in. And he was a Navy SEAL.
Oh, shit.
And you're like, God damn, this is it's just weights, giant, like a real gym, then a pool table, and then a Ferrari, and a Porsche, and a speed bag, and
the
a
giant
bag.
wolf man,
the werewolf thing, the antlers on the wall. I mean, it's like dude heaven.
Did you get to meet his wife?
Nah, she's not around.
Okay, so I don't know if you can say this. If you can't, just say you can't say it. But does he live there, or is this a whole separate thing from his house?
Separate
okay.
thing. Separate thing.
I was curious.
It's like the world's most awesome man cave.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's
Right?
such a lame thing.
It's a
hate
lame
that
term.
term,
You know,
but yeah.
you know what term I hate? I've just seen floated around. She shed. I don't like that term.
That's even worse.
It's worse.
Yeah.
It's
that
worse.
one's forced. Like a she shed. Women don't really fuck around with sheds
No.
already. At least a cave, it's like kind of masculine.
Right.
But
Yeah,
a
yeah.
she shed feels like an oxymoron.
Like
What do you think? A shed
lesbians
is
hang
where
out
you
there.
put like your garden utensils.
yes.
full of hose.
I was gonna say hose. Yeah.
Ah.
Zinger.
Maybe that's why they call it a she shed.
Maybe.
Also, if you're gonna go she shed, you're doubling up on the she. So just call it a sheed.
There you go.
Yes.
Just spread it out.
Yes.
Yeah,
Spread
yeah.
those legs.
Well, you know.
So yeah, I was wondering because I'm curious. Again, not to ride Rogan's dick, but I'm just like, I've never seen what his wife looks like, and I'm curious.
You can Google that.
Okay,
I have
Google.
Googled
I can
it.
pull it. I can just pull it right up on my
Yeah,
phone.
I've Googled because I was
Okay.
curious myself.
What's she look like? Let's just leave that. Leave that for my eyes to be the judge of.
You jerk off later.
Yeah.
Or now.
It's getting dark in here.
It
I was gonna
is.
say I tried to go turn the lights on earlier, and I turned it on like, well, those are very bright.
Yeah. But yeah, he's the coolest, and a lot of people are like, he didn't even get some of your jokes. I'm like, I know, that's why the show is good. Because he's a human being being a human being.
Well, and he isn't
Whereas-
trying to like tack on to everything.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
like I'm
turns.
doing, you know.
I feel like Joe Rogan knows when to turn on Joe Rogan. Like, so I love his podcast. His stand up is hit or miss with me because I feel like on the show, he turns off Joe Rogan, the comic, and he's just Joe Rogan, the
Yes,
dude, talking to
completely.
people. And every now and then, like, he'll throw in a joke or two, but it's not like his stand up and his podcast are two way different speeds, way different animals.
Yeah. Well,
No pun intended, because he likes hunting animals.
I think about this as I'm a nobody. He's huge. He'll have huge people. Like he'll have Kevin Hart on. He'll have Jamie Foxx on. He'll have the Black Keys.
Right.
That's 3 blacks in a row. And he'll have all them on, but when he has them on, he's like, I'm a fan. Talk to me. Tell me a
Yeah,
story. What do you got? But if it's a guy like me on, I got to win him over a lot.
Right.
The whole time I'm like, this story is boring him. I can tell. I got to step
Where's my
it up.
bag?
I gotta-
Where's my
Yeah.
bag?
Yeah, exactly.
Then you gotta bring up that time you shoved a gerbil up your ass.
Yeah, I got to keep
And
bringing
you
it.
lost your furniture store.
And part of me wonders, is that good? Does that make for better radio to have to keep bringing it? Sure, it sucks for me because I'm tap dancing the whole time, and I got out of there and I was like, but a Jamie Foxx can go in there and go, I don't really need this. I'm already an Oscar-winning whatever, giant millionaire. I can just kind of have a nice conversation. So I wonder what's going to be better for performance.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing it or just being you?
So I see what you're saying.
what I'm
So like
saying?
Jamie Foxx does not have to sell shit. Jamie
No.
Foxx has a mansion, multiple mansions,
I
multiple
gotta sell.
Ferraris. Yeah, you
Jamie's
have
there to hang out.
Yeah.
Mark's there to
You
like
are
be your
promoting the
best.
fuck out of
Yes.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
While
It's like-
knowing that being there is like a huge deal and like
Right.
so it's- I could see hungover. That's got a lot of stress on the shoulders.
My friend did it. Joe List did it before me, which is like a gift that your friend did something before you so he can tell you all about it. So he was like, it's scary because the whole time you're thinking millions of listeners, millions of people listening, millions of people listening.
and
So you-
watching too.
And watching. So he's like, know that going in. Whereas I kept realizing that in the moment, and it was fucking me up. And I thought, oh, thank God you told me that, because now I can like put that through me and get used to it and realize it, and now I can just kind of go from there instead of just having to be in it at the time.
Right.
Like, oh
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
I'm being watched by 1 million people.
Yeah, that's what would throw me. Like anytime I watch that podcast, my mind automatically goes, dude, I would be freaking out right now. Just like the listener thing is fine. We're a audio only podcast for now, so like I'm free to say whatever the fuck I want. But if you put a camera on me,
Yeah.
I automatically like, well, what do I look like? Do I
We're-
look-
we're-
do I
Of
look-
course,
you know what I mean? Like,
course.
we're
Exactly.
currently-
did I spill something on me? Did I accidentally spill that drink on me on the plane on the way over
Sure.
here?
Now
on my
you're
suit?
not as interesting because you're constantly doing all
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
juggling.
We're right now we're setting up a new studio space and we're gonna go video, but it's terrifying, man, for these
Why?
exact reasons.
You get over it.
Because dude, I'm sitting here right now in the dark, dick out,
Yep.
little chubby,
Yep.
little hungry,
Yep.
little horny.
Yep.
But man, when there's video, I have a face for radio, man. I've been told that my whole life, Mark.
Well, in the dark, man.
No.
Here's what we do. We do
I don't
lighting
know.
like this.
Yeah.
Lights almost all the way out.
Just
There
black
you go.
lights, and we'll paint ourselves up like Buster Rhymes.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Although Boys in the Dark sounds a lot weirder.
It does.
We might get a whole new demographic, man.
It's the
That's
number
true.
one Catholic priest podcast in the USA.
Yeah, Epstein.
Archdiocese favorite.
All right, you have a show to do, man. I ain't trying to
What
keep
time
you.
you got?
7:32.
Oh, we got plenty of time.
Okay,
Okay,
all right.
Plus there's openers, I believe.
Since we
There
just brought
is.
up the darkness, you want lights on, or are we cool with this?
I'm cool with this.
I'm
Okay.
cool. We're
Okay.
good. And
Yeah.
it's
All right.
nice. Darkness is underrated.
I agree.
Police.
So what are you on tour right now, or do you not do like what is this? Is this
I
a
don't know
one-off?
What that
what is
means.
this?
People ask me that all the time, and I go to do a gig and I go home.
Okay.
I go do a gig and I go home. And I do a gig and I go home. So I don't know what tour. I think tour means you haven't been home.
Right, it's
So I guess I'm not on
a
tour.
succession of dates
Yes.
back to back to back to back, city to
Yeah.
city.
I just got back from a funeral, showed up here, and then tomorrow I drive to Dallas for a gig. So I guess it's a 2-gig tour.
You're a weekend warrior.
A 2-gig tour. Yeah, I'm a weekend warrior. Exactly.
So what's on the horizon, man? Besides your Dallas shows, and you got a podcast.
Yep, you got that right. Tuesdays with Stories, Praise Allah, me and Joe List. Like, I'll talk about all this if I sharded earlier on Shardle Street, so that'll come up, and so stuff like that. And just me and Joe. He's off in Denver. I don't know where the hell he is. And then we're gonna come back on Monday, do a pod. It comes out Tuesday,
Excellent, and that's weekly, right?
weekly, every Tuesday.
Do you miss weeks? Do you ever miss weeks because one or both of you are out?
We backlog.
Smart.
Yes.
We try to do that too, and then sometimes I get lazy, and I'm like, man, let's
You
just.
got to do it. You got to put them in the can.
We got to stay on top.
Yes.
You got to keep them coming.
Don't be a bottom. Also, backlog. Great name for a gay bar.
Ugh. In Germany,
What?
Backlog?
shit, scat,
Oh, yeah.
German,
Oh,
Scheiser, films,
Well,
There
I
was
was thinking
a,
the dick is the log.
swing and a miss.
There was a
True,
gay bar in
true.
San Diego called the Rusty.
Rusty's already bad.
It was like the Rusty Rail. Yeah.
Ooh, you don't want to hear that. That's like a herpy.
Yeah, but here's the thing: the bar was like fancy, like a fancy bar. So you think the name Rusty Rail, like it's gonna be like a
I imagine
S&M kinda like a-
an
no.
old honky tonk or something.
No, this was like people wearing. What was back in like the deep V days? You know, when like the deep V's were all the rage.
Deep V,
There's
yeah.
a lot of deep V's and vests.
I didn't.
Girl's got a deep V.
I didn't do that. I didn't. Did you ever go through any weird fashion
No,
deep V?
I hate anything. I don't even like showing skin. I'm a weirdo. These guys who wear like super tight and revealing shit, it's not for me.
Do you mind me asking how old of a guy you are?
36. Just had a birthday.
Cool.
I liked being 35. It was a good round
Yeah.
OCD jizz, but now I'm 36.
Dude, I'm 38, and dude, it's so weird. Not to sound like we're getting all like whatever the word I'm looking for, like, whoa, what does it all mean, you know?
Sure.
But dude, like, I'm so close to 40, and
Yeah.
I remember being a kid, and my dad was like 30, and I was like,
Existential.
there you go.
Sorry.
I was like, you're old, and now I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm almost 40 years old.
I remember thinking the
Yeah.
same thing, and it just flies by. And
It really does.
Somebody told me something was like 20 years ago. Somebody died, and you're like, that was 20 years ago. Fuck me.
Dude, my 20-year high school reunion is this year.
Oh,
I know.
See, that's
dude.
that's one of those benchmark things that I remember being in high school and they were like doing a 20-year class reunion at the high school gymnasium or something. Like, gee, these old fucks are gonna be coming in.
Exactly.
Like, old fucks are 40.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They're 38. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But now
I know.
we're that guy. Like, but I don't feel it. I don't feel like I'm knocking on 40. You know what I mean?
Same. It's the same brain. I'm a child. I've said 84,000 dick jokes. I
you
like to
said-
get drunk. I like to have sex and jerk off and all that. And
All the same fun, joyous things.
you know more.
Yeah.
That's something.
More knowledgeable.
Wiser.
Yeah.
Wiser. Oh, yeah. Maybe not more knowledgeable, far more wise.
But I just got back from a funeral, and nothing accentuates the clock ticking like a death in the family.
Dude, especially, well, you said it was a grandmother, right?
Yeah.
So an older person, but when a person your age dies,
Yeah, our
we
friends are
buried
dropping
like,
like flies.
5
that
friends
right?
in the past like 3 years. Like
What?
it's and younger, like a few years younger than
Drugs?
us. Yeah.
Drinking, drugs. Nobody. I don't think anybody that's died has just died of like
Natural causes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
been like
yeah.
like car accidents or stuff like that, but it still throws into the whole thing of like, well, we are getting to be that age.
Yeah.
Which is just shitty to think. Like
of course,
sucks.
37 is the age where you have to start thinking about your mortality. I had a freak out at 25
Yeah.
about mortality, and I was like, fuck, we're all going to die. Nothing matters. I was that whole like existential crisis, nihilist, like fuck everything.
It's
Nothing
coming.
matters.
It's coming no matter what you do.
Yeah,
and
you can't escape it.
That's why you got to live, damn it.
Exactly.
Because it's going to happen anyway. Like when you said you worried about getting canceled, sure, it crosses my mind, but I mean, I haven't happened yet, so I'm going to keep saying
Got to
twat.
keep going. Got to keep on going.
And if people are really bothered by that, they should just kill themselves because you're wasting your shitty life. You're spending time on this, burning calories on me, saying dumb words.
And
I'm
probably
a child.
going to die before you because they're putting all that like stress kills you.
They're going to
It
die
literally
before
kills
me
you.
without any accomplishments. Your big accomplishment is it a blog about somebody's comedy?
A YouTube comment.
Blow me.
Yeah.
I was responsible for canceling Colbert in 2000, whatever that was.
That's why they have to tell themselves they're heroes.
Right.
Because it makes you go, all right, well, I have a cause. I'm changing the world. I'm saving this and that. Nah, they're not doing shit. Go hug somebody. Go help your kid learn Spanish, you retard. Sorry.
It's okay. When I look in the mirror, I don't see a 38-year-old. Josh and I are a little different. Like I kind of feel my age sometimes, or sometimes older. Like we played we were in this little band thing we did last weekend.
Don't get me wrong. I physically feel my age, but in my brain, I don't feel like I am.
I don't look in the mirror and go, yeah, I'm 38. But I feel it, and I definitely feel like, okay, it's starting to feel like I've been alive for a long time.
Yeah.
And then it's like, when am I halfway there? Am I 2/3 the way there? Am I a third? Am I going to live to be 100? My grandpa's 93.
That's good.
Still lives alone. Still drives. Still fucks. All kinds of crazy shit.
Wow, he's doing better than you.
Seriously.
Wow.
Can't even drive.
On the regular.
I have a scooter.
Are you a married cat?
I was married.
Oh, already
got divorced.
Before.
And then I got me a girlfriend who is 10 years younger than me.
Woo!
That's-
Let me ask you this there,
That's the name of the
Fatty.
game.
Yeah.
Do you recommend marriage?
If you really want to be married, if you, Mark Norman, want to be married,
I do not at the moment.
then do not
Then
do
do
it.
not do it.
Okay.
At the moment.
I'm a married man, but I
simple.
married a girl that, well, a woman, sorry, a girl. She was 10. No, we were together for 5 years before we got married.
Wow,
And
that's pretty quick.
5 years, I guess.
Maybe it's an Oklahoma 5.
Well, we moved in
That's
together
about
real quick.
30
It was like,
years.
we were like best friends. We both had several talks about we don't believe in the concept of marriage, that it's fucking stupid, it's ridiculous. And we would like make fun of friends on Instagram who were like posted things about being married.
Hubby.
And, like,
Oh, you want to be a hubby, Josh?
no, I didn't want to be a hubby.
Wifey?
And then we decided one day, like, let's just fucking do it. Why not? Like, you can get tax write-off. Like, we were thinking about all the positive things you can get. And it's like, I want to be with you till we die anyway.
Oh, you do?
Why not put a ring on it? So I did. Next week, we'll be married 5 years.
Wow.
So, and I'm still a fucking super happy dude, but didn't get all those benefits. You don't get, that's a lie.
What?
You don't get the benefit.
Yeah, no tax
What?
breaks.
No.
No. That shit. No,
No,
way. Not in
no.
Oklahoma anyways.
The government
Interesting.
is, I don't know if you heard that the government is a lie, taxation is theft, all that bullshit. Corrupt. They want you to fucking have a baby. That way there's another taxpayer in the system.
Is that what it is?
Then
Future
you start
taxpayer.
getting benefits.
Wow.
I'm not doing that.
Now listen, I don't want to shit on marriage because I was happily married. And
What
then
happened?
We
Things?
just grew apart. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
But
something.
here's what's cool, Mark. I had the easiest divorce ever.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so we decided we were going to get divorced. Well, she decided she wanted to leave, and I was like, all right. We lived together for like 2 months afterwards, still slept in the same bed.
What?
Weren't fucking or anything. I mean, that was long before that.
Yeah.
But yeah, then she moved out. I got to keep the house. I gave her like the KitchenAid and like, a little bit of money maybe. Not
All
even really
right.
that. But dude, it was
Wow,
awesome.
well done.
Kept the house.
Clean cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clean cut.
And now I got this lovely young lady lives with me. Her daughter, 5-year-old daughter lives with me too. Never, my ex-wife did not want kids, like detested the idea of children. Now I've got a 5-year-old girl living with me. It's changed my life. It's wonderful.
You like the kid?
Love her. She's wonderful.
Well, you got to
Great.
skip all the shitty years.
Yes,
of
I
having
didn't have to
a kid.
change a shitty vagina diaper.
Yeah, you
good
got to
point.
have one where it's like
She's fun
Oh, they're
now.
cool. They talk. They play.
Yeah.
They can go to the bathroom on their own. That's great.
And
wa-
it's not too old where they're doing, you're not my dad.
Yes.
You got him right in the
Yeah.
suite.
Um,
Yeah.
The other day she was like, are you my dad? Or she goes, can I call you dad?
Oh.
And I said, you can call me whatever you want. Okay, dad.
Can I ask?
And dude,
that's a heartwarming moment right
Yeah.
there.
I
Beautiful.
melted.
Lovely.
Melted.
What happened to Pops? Can I ask?
Just not in the picture.
All right.
Yeah, just
So he's not hunting you down or anything.
not yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Out of sight, out of mind is what I like to say. Thinking of that dying someday.
Yeah.
You know, just for now, not going to worry about it.
Got it.
But
Got
yeah.
it.
But yeah, it's great, man. And it completely transformed my life from being in what was once a pretty happy marriage to just honestly just kind of growing apart.
Yeah.
It was never malicious. My ex-wife and I, we never even had a screaming match.
Mhm.
It was all just like this. Just like, okay, well, what do you want? Okay, you want this? Okay. You want me to help you find a place? You want me to help you pack and get out? And then what was cool is my new girl, she lives like an hour and a half from me. She did before she moved in with me. So I got to do the best of both worlds. I got to see this beautiful young blonde girl on the weekends and get to like hang out and all that good stuff. But then during the week, I was just like scuzzing it up, bachelor, entire house to myself, could do whatever I wanted, you know, get up, go to work, drink, smoke, whatever. And then on the weekends, I was like dating again. And it was a mind fuck, dude.
Yeah.
That's another thing I'll say about marriage, Mark, is like, you know, you got a girlfriend now. I've seen pictures of her on your Instagram.
Uh-huh.
I've written her several times, never got her. But
I'm shocked she didn't write back.
but dude,
Real whore.
I was gonna say that.
It
changed, man. As soon as you put a ring on it, this isn't her fault. This isn't your fault.
Let's hear it. Lay it on me.
It changes everything.
Is that right?
Dude,
Yeah.
it's those old adages and those old sayings are so
Happy
true.
wife, happy life, all
And
that.
no more
bullshit.
head. All those old adages your grandpa used to tell
Because
you.
they no longer feel that they got you. Like, why do
Right.
I need to do this? We're here, like, but it could
You'll be
could stem from. I'm going to put myself in there. She's like, could just be like, we're just comfortable together now.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need to do this. But
Well,
also, a man's mind is you need it.
You need some brain every once in a while. Do you fart in front of her?
Yes.
Okay. See, I think that's what ended my marriage.
The farting?
We started farting, dude.
You got to fart pre-marriage. That's the
maybe
key.
I waited too long. See, I still don't fart in front of the new one, and we've been together for 2 years now. I've let one slide on accident, but we don't push them out.
What?
Yeah,
You don't force one out.
We're trying to keep the magic alive.
I think farting is magic.
You think so?
Well, I
are
think
you a fart sniffer, Mark?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And my gal will not fart in front of me. She wants to keep the allure, as you do. And I'm like, come on, let me have it. And I'll put my face in her asshole and be like, push it out. She's like, stop. But we
Show
have a
me
good
what
time.
you got.
Yeah, and one time I caught her. I made her laugh, and she farted in a laugh. And it was like a great night where we fucking rolling down laughing.
Yeah, it seems like I've
Pop a
had
boner
several girlfriends
immediately.
that would not fart in front of me at all. But when they would do it on accident, they would act like the world just ended.
Oh,
like when
yeah.
you sit on a couch watching a movie with them and you hear like a, it's always like a high pitch,
It's a
like
cute fart.
tweet,
Yeah.
and they go, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." And you go, "No, that's great. Do you
Or
have any
they'll
more in
like-
the
yeah.
tank?
They'll-
What else you
Right.
got?"
They'll grab their ass. I'm like, what are you doing? Trying to put it back in?
No.
Yeah.
It's gonna escape. What's
Yeah.
going on?
It's adorable.
Yeah.
It's cute.
I think it's cute too.
Yeah.
But you know,
I mean, I don't want her to, eat a can of beans and start, lighting the house full of methane. But,
Right.
one time she's got some, like, intestinal stuff, my lady. She can't have cheese and whatever. And
Same.
so sometimes she'll have to be like, get out. Because we live in a tiny shoebox.
Mhm.
She's like, get out. I got to shit my brains out. And I'm like, I'm not leaving. She's like, please. I'm like, I'm not leaving. We have a good time. Because she's like in the tiny bathroom, my tiny apartment, going like, please. He's trying to like quietly make the shit hit the water.
Right.
And we're having
Like turn the sink on, turn the shower on, try
she's
to
putting on a podcast, a murder show,
Yeah.
and I'm just listening in. I'm just waiting for a plop.
a cup to the door.
Yeah,
Let's hear it.
she's like, Mark, turn on Drumline. I got to shit.
exactly. She's
Meanwhile, you're
blaring
outside with your dick in your hand.
right.
All right, so let me ask, man, is marriage something you're thinking about?
She is
She is,
always
yes.
obviously she's
Yes,
bringing
yes.
it up, and I think
Classic
Well,
lady.
she's a woman.
Classic
yeah,
lady.
gals like it. I mean, they push back every show I do. I go, women like marriage. I go, no, we don't. And you're like, shut up. Why can't women own their bullshit? You know what I mean? And I'm not saying all women want to get married. I'm not saying that, but every wedding magazine is bought by a lady.
Right.
I mean, it's got to be 99.9. Maybe there's some gay guy out there like, ooh, that's a pretty whatever.
But straight men don't buy like
no,
Oklahoma
it's not on
bridal.
our minds. It's not like we're
Yeah.
so anti-marriage. It's not on our minds.
Yeah.
They have to bring it up to us. It's like anal. I feel like a lot of men want to try anal with a lady.
Sure.
And a lot of women want to have marriages. And then you go, well, some women like anal. Yeah, and some men want to get married.
Right.
But it's the same. I feel like it's almost the same percentage.
Little Venn diagram there. I'm
little
seeing.
anal
yeah,
die,
little
yeah.
anal die.
But just do both. And you're a happy man, yeah.
I guess, but as you said, once the marriage kicks in, the
That's
anal drops.
but that goes.
Maybe,
But you got to
maybe.
put it. You have to put that in your fucking vows. Right?
Yes, there you go.
And do you promise to do anal?
Yeah.
I just imagine the ring bearer as a little gerbil running down the red carpet. He's
And
so-
the rings are just like fucking buttholes, and you just
There you go.
Slide that-
And the priest did anal earlier with a kid.
probably.
So it's a full circle of a butthole. But yeah, so marriage is always coming up, and I think it's and I hate when women go, well, it's not us, it's society. And you're like,
Right.
well, how about you push against society? Have some balls, you know? Why does society have to tell you what to do? You're just admitting that you're a pussy. Oh, society. Yeah, society tells us to do a ton of shit. But they tell you not to do comedy because, you know, it's not a real job, but you still do it.
Well,
Forever society
tells-
told me I had to drive a fucking pickup truck and cut down trees and
Exactly.
shit and play football. Like
You
I'm
didn't
not
do
doing
it.
any of that.
Yeah, when I
Right.
think of like classic working man, I think of those guys sitting up on the bridge eating their lunches.
Yeah.
You know, not a guy that sits at a computer or a comedian or, you know, whatever.
Or a
So,
scooter rider.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gay.
Yeah, do what you want.
Push back.
Society. Well, fucking man up, ironically. Woman up. Yeah, so it's tough. It's tough. And then you start thinking, like, I heard Bill Burr say, and I always bring up Bill Burr, which I got to stop doing, but he was like, he is a kid now.
Mhm.
And he's like, I should have done it earlier. He's like, I'm an
See?
idiot. I'm such a douche. I'm a child. I wish I had done this 10 years ago, and now I have less time with this kid.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah.
And he's, you know, you're not getting any younger. Like,
Yeah.
my girl is 10 years younger than I am. And then her daughter is 5. And it's like, damn, I wish I would have been in this situation 10 years ago.
You thought that too.
I totally did. So here's the thing with marriage, man. I'm not trying to say not to do it. I'm just saying, like, think long and hard
Well,
about
that
it.
would have been probably illegal 10 years ago.
True.
Aha.
Well, if I could go back in time, I guess.
Maybe
But
28.
right. But anyways, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying, man, think about it. But then on the flip side of this coin, it's like you start thinking like, well, what if I lose her? What if I don't put a ring on it and she
yes.
meets Fabio
It's
and runs
balance.
away?
Balanced
you know?
everything.
Oh, I know, man. You got to find that balance.
Yeah, dude. Like I love this moped. It's all I talk about. But the other day, I just couldn't start it, and I was like, God damn it! And then I had to park it, and some guy's like, you can't put that there. And I'm like, I'm trying to park this thing, and it's causing all kinds of trouble in my life. But you also get the moped when you're on the highway with that wind in your hair. You're like, so it's a give and an anal.
You know what you need? The art of motorcycle maintenance. The zen of motorcycle maintenance. What's it called?
Zen and the art of
Zen?
motorcycle.
Oh, there it
maintenance.
is. Put them together.
Yeah, I got to read that.
Check it out.
Have you read it?
I started it. Yeah, I read like 4 books at a time, and I'll like bounce around. But I got a full bookshelf of like
Real reader.
written books.
Yeah,
written
yeah.
books. Anyways, it's a beautiful. The whole thing's a beautiful
Is it?
analogy. Yeah, and
Okay.
there's some actual like good knowledge in there as a motorcycle owner, scooter owner,
Yeah.
moped owner.
Yeah.
It's also a good book.
All
But I
right.
felt that too, like, because I am not a handy guy. So when I got the scooter, even though it was new and it started right up and it's, you know, just pretty easy to maintain, I was like, eventually I'm going to have to learn how to fix this thing
Yeah.
because I don't want to like take it into the shop, which I guess could be a metaphor for my life and your life.
Sure.
I don't know.
All right. Good
Okay, Mark,
stuff.
I'm letting you go, man.
What time you got?
It is almost 8 o'clock.
No, really.
Yeah.
Give me an exact number.
7:50.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
All right. I'm obsessed with time.
I can tell. I appreciate your time, Mark.
Hey, thanks
Seriously,
for having me.
this meant a lot. And, you know, check out Mark Normand with a D on Instagram, Twitter.
Mark Norm.
Mark Norm on Twitter.
I write jokes every single day. I never miss a day. I take weekends off. I take that back.
So he skips 2 days.
I skip 2 days, but I haven't missed a day, I don't know, in years.
It's all about finding that balance, my friend.
There you go.
The Tuesdays of Stories podcast.
That's right.
Where can they find that? Everywhere podcasts
Everywhere,
are podcasts.
iTunes,
Yeah.
YouTube. But subscribe on YouTube as well, and Brazzers and the whole thing. And yeah. Spread the cheek, spread the love. I'm gonna get canceled, so I'm trying to be funny. I put a lot of heart into my semen, and I'm trying to make a good gumbo for the folks here. And I just like comedy, and I know there's people trying to kill it, but it's all I care about, and I try to put that into the work. And come see me, and you'll see that.
Well, you are a chef of the gumbo comedy, my friend.
Here. I appreciate it. Toda. That's Jew for thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Mark, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
All right. Praise Allah.